Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
The national spotlight will be shining bright on the city of Detroit. Big events are coming to town, and the excitement is already through the roof. The NFL draft, the NCAA tournament, and of course, opening day are just some of the events in the next few months. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. Some brand new signage, lots of other attractions that are going to be welcoming everyone into the city. 2 months away, but we just keep learning more and more about what's coming. Jacqueline Francis live downtown tonight with the countdown to all this excitement. Jacqueline.
Devin, the clock is ticking, literally a countdown to not just the NFL draft, but all the big things coming to Detroit, from March Madness next month to the draft in April, and then Michigan Central Station opening in June. There's something happening in the city of Detroit.
There's something really special about Detroit right now.
Not just a countdown to the draft, but a momentum building.
People are really embracing and like that pride that we have in Detroit that we all have. We're kind of showing it off a little bit more.
As hundreds of thousands of people descend on Detroit in April for the NFL draft.
I want them to erase all of the old images and thoughts about Detroit.
They'll be greeted by some new signage. The letters will stand 10 feet tall along I-94, marking Detroit the comeback city.
This is a new Detroit, and we're not only doing it for them, but most importantly, we're doing it for our residents and our community.
The community is already buzzing with the news.
Well, it seems actually really cool to just have another thing for people to come look at in Detroit.
With the new look comes a new attitude.
I saw a quote, I can't remember who it was the other day, but they said that in Detroit, everyone's a celebrity, and I really like that idea.
Some of the changes are going to be smaller in size, like fixing roadways or walkways, light posts, and they're going to be adding more navigational signs. We'll see those popping up soon here around the downtown area. Reporting live downtown, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Yeah, really something. All right, Jacqueline. Now to the $10,000 tip that made international headlines.
But tonight, the Benton Harbor waitress on the receiving end of that generosity says she's been threatened, fired, and now has a lawyer. Mara McDonald live downtown today. Mara, that act of kindness has caused all sorts of drama here.
Kimberly, I mean, file this one under be careful what you wish for, because this tip has turned out to be anything but a fairy tale. Let me show you. The Mason Jar Cafe in Benton Harbor looks darling. Clearly the service is good. A customer gave Lindsay Boyd a $10,000 tip on their $32 bill and asked that she divvy it up with everybody working that day. Well, Lindsay says that's when the trouble started. She claims not everybody was happy with how it was being split. She talked to her boss about it.
I at least made them aware of things that were being said.
She says that ended up getting her fired, and she posted about it on social media. And that's when, she says, the threats from her former bosses started.
I was told legal action is being taken against me, and that if I wanted lawyers to be after me for the foreseeable future, I needed to take my post down.
Lindsay recorded those allegedly threatening phone calls and has turned them over to her own lawyer.
You know, I was praised so much on TV for, being willing to share this, which is what the man asked. That's all I did.
Back here live. Now, the restaurant, for its part, has not said much, but it does say, or it has said, that the tip isn't the central issue here. As far as litigation goes, so far nothing's been filed by anybody yet. We'll stay on top of it. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Okay, Mara, thank you. James Crumbley's attorneys are fighting to block out evidence involving his son's text and journal messages.
Yeah, attorneys say the Oxford school shooter's messages to his friend and his mom should not be allowed as evidence for the jury. Also at issue, though, whether 3 students involved in the shooting could testify. Assistant Prosecutor Mark Keese told the judge today why he's asking for only 2 students to take the stand.
These are the 2 individuals that have the best perspective, who are now above the age of 18, who can actually testify as to what they saw, what they felt, what they heard as the shooter emerged from the bathroom and opened fire.
The judge is going to rule on that part of the case during next week's hearing, where a change of venue will also be discussed. Will this trial stay in Oakland County? And as the trial for James Crumbley approaches, we're going to be streaming every minute of the proceedings live on Local 4 Plus, exclusive analysis as well, along with daily recaps of everything that happened. That trial right now is set to get underway March 5th.
The urgent search continues from a missing 13-year-old girl from Detroit. Naziah Harris was last seen January 9th as she was leaving Joseph E. Clark Preparatory Academy. Police say she made it off the bus near her grandmother's house but never made it home. Officers continued the search over the weekend. If you have any information, call Detroit Police or Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
New at 11, a Detroit police officer arrested accused of drunk driving in Clinton Township. The arrest happened Sunday after a crash. Clinton Township police said the driver appeared to be drunk. They identified themselves, or that driver identified himself as a Detroit police officer. In a statement, Detroit police say, quote, "These alleged actions are disappointing. There is a high standard of conduct that all Detroit police officers have sworn to uphold. Under no circumstances will the DPD condone acts of drunk driving by any of its members," end of quote. DPD went on to say Internal Affairs is investigating. The officer's been placed on administrative duty for now.
The United Auto Workers is committing big bucks to organize non-union auto and battery workers over the next 2 years. The union will spend $40 million to support workers who are organizing across the country, mainly in the South. Last November, the UAW started a campaign to double its roughly 146,000 members at the Detroit 3 by unionizing employees at 14 non-union automakers.
Now to a Help Me Hank recall alert from Toyota for a problem with the transmissions for 280,000 trucks and SUVs. The automaker says the transmission on nearly 280,000 vehicles can deliver power when the car is in neutral, so increasing the risk of a crash. The recall covers Tundra pickups and Lexus LX600 SUVs from 2022 to 2023, and then 2023 to 2024 Sequoia SUVs. Dealers are going to update the transmission software to fix the problem. Owners will be notified by late April. All right, Detroiters have one more opportunity to add their input into the election district mapping process.
Public hearings will be held tomorrow by the Redistricting Commission. The commissioners would especially like to hear from those in the districts that are in question. Tomorrow's hearings are set for Second Ebenezer Church on DeQuinder. There will be 3 sessions throughout the day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., and then from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
February 21st has been gorgeous. Kim Adams has been showing us we've been beating Jacksonville, Florida today in the temperature department.
Which is just insane, right, Kim?
It really is, and I haven't looked, but we've got new numbers in, so we'll see whether we're still winning that race with Jacksonville, Florida. 53 right now downtown, 43 in Mount Clemens, mid-40s at the airport. Temps have dropped pretty significantly over the past few hours since the sun set, but we're still well above average for this time of year and warmer than we were last night. The 24-hour temperature change shows a 16-degree difference in Pontiac and in Ann Arbor, so it is 16 degrees warmer right now than it was at 11:07 last night. It's 18 degrees warmer downtown, so definitely a mild day. We got a little more sunshine this afternoon. We had quite a few clouds, but we still had quite a bit of rain as well up into the thumb. We'll have mostly cloudy skies for the day tomorrow and a few more scattered showers with temps hitting 50 degrees. But we're not done with the 60s just yet. But before we get to the 60s, we have to talk about a few snow flurries. Of course we would. Why wouldn't we? And then we'll also see where we are with Jacksonville if we're warmer than Florida tonight. We were last hour. We'll see if we still are.